Okay, here we go, our third video on how to get started with turntables. If you have any questions, if there's something I didn't cover or something I didn't explain very well, please ask these questions down below. If necessary, I'll make more videos. Now, as you may or may not know, I'm not a big fan of scratching as an art form or as something a turntablist does all night long. It drives me nuts. A scratch here and there is kind of cool, but I'm not a big fan of the art of scratch. However, there is a scratch I think is probably a really good idea to learn, and that's a baby scratch. We're going to use this when we're like cueing and releasing. Let's cue our record up real quick. That's a baby scratch. Notice my turntable my platter is still moving. That's a scratch and release. Rewind it for you here. Now, why do we do it? Well, it shows us exactly where our song is gonna start. It also shows us that, hey, nothing's skipping. It all sounds good here. Scratch and release. Now, once you get the hang of that, start doing this with your right hand. Rewind your vinyl and do it again. Let's see, it skipped on me there. Did you see that? I knew it skipped, so I could re-cue. Now once you get real comfortable with doing that with your right hand, start doing it with your left hand, because you're going to need to learn how to do this with both your right and left hand. Now once you're comfortable with this baby scratch, you can start using it for practical applications, like looping. And we're going to do some real slow loops right now, just so you can kind of see where this baby scratch will come in handy for you. First, let's start off our song. Okay, there's our song. Now on this deck over here, we'll simulate headphones. We've got headphones on. We're going to cue it up on this one. Right there, right? Let's do a baby scratch and throw it in on beat right here. You can go over here if you want. Rewind this one. Could have lifted the needle up, but we're just going to rewind it for now, because that's what we're practicing. And do it again. This is looping. We'll rewind this one. You can even take the needle off, put it at the beginning, and re-cue it if you want. Now when you get comfortable with your slow loops, you can start doing faster ones and start trying to get your speed up. See, I got headphones on now. I've got my headphones on so I can listen to what's going on. Could use my crossfader. Pardon me. Let's do some loops. Now here on our turntables we have two different songs that are exactly 130 BPM. They're on the same label, which helps sometimes. I went out and I bought a whole bunch of these Hooge 12 inches, Hooge records. They're all very similar looking. They're all from the same record label, and a lot of the times when you buy a lot of stuff from the same record label, stuff kind of sounds similar and it goes well together. Well, on my mixer, it told me that both of these tracks were 130 BPM. While mixing them, they're absolutely dead on the same BPM. Once I lock them in, they can just mash up all night, or as long as the track lasts. So we're going to use the Baby Scratch on deck 2 over here to mix this song in with this song. Or vice versa, this song in with that song, I guess. And I'll do it wide open fader so you can hear it. Gotta cue the record. There it is. A little off, so you play with your pitch. Okay, here we go. Finally, we're going to mix two different songs with two different BPMs. Now, the way we're going to do this is we're going to start this record on deck B right here, and then we're going to mix in our song on deck A. But before we mix it in, we need to adjust our pitch to get the BPMs to match. And it might take some time. So, this is how I do it. You may have learned differently, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the pitch right, and then I'm going to re-cue the record, do a Baby Scratch, and start it. So let's go ahead and do this thing. Here we go. Okay, this record's playing. Now I know I want to mix this record in. I'm not going to use any headphones. I'm going to use the crossfader wide open so you can hear what's going on. I'm going to do a Baby Scratch on this and start it on the 1 to figure out if it's fast or slow. Then I'm going to jump on the pitch and be all over the place right away. Ready? It's fast. Got to bring it down here in pitch. Bring it up. Bring it down again. Got to make all kinds of adjustments here. One thing you can do is you can bring the pitch down until they match up and then bring it right back to where you think it's going to ride. Sounds like it's riding pretty good right there. What do you think? I think it's riding okay. A little off. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just start this off with a Baby Scratch and mix in. I got the BPM or the pitch adjusted for BPM. You have to grab the pitch and redo it. Make your little adjustments. Because ideally what we're doing is we're working on headphones right now, but we're not working on headphones. So now we can do this. And we're mixing, folks. Assuming we did everything else that we just did on headphones, we're mixing. You can start gradually bringing the pitch over, mix out of the other tune on deck B, mix it into what's going on deck A. And there you have it. Now I'll say the words. Practice and enjoy.